Hey guys, so I'm going to the post office. Well, first I'm going to get some notepads, then going to the post office. I posted in the group today, which by the time you see this, it's going to be I think it's going to be much later, at least a week maybe not, about customer service and if you could do a better job, you know, what could you do a better job in and why haven't you started doing it, or something like that. What prompted me to post it was I'm working with a company to finish my patio. You guys know it's been quite a project, right? But so they're done with the project, it's been done. However, after we paid them in full, they were only supposed to come back after the other guys finished the concrete and finished the crown molding. Which is not a big deal, yes, but it still has to be finished. But they could have came on Thursday to do it, but now it's Monday. They could have came Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today. I don't think they'll be making it today. And I say Sunday because they promised us to do it yesterday. The guy said he was really busy. He's sorry, he'll come on Monday. Today's Monday. We literally have no time when he'll be here. I tried to call my husband to see if the guy contacted him before I contact the lady to rip them a new one. Because here's the thing, I know you're backed up, okay? Don't you want to finish this project and move forward? That's number one. Number two, I know you're backed up, but can you communicate with me, let me know the time? So he told me possibly Monday. Monday's almost over, it's 3 o'clock. You're definitely not gonna, I mean, what if I have things to do at night? So what if you tell me, oh, I'm coming at 5? Yeah, but I'm not here at 5. And so you certainly don't need me around to do it, but I wanna be around, you're on my property. And so I'm fairly upset, because they're not putting us as a priority, especially after they took their money. And the reality is the crown molding itself is not a major project. I could technically do it myself because of the type of crown molding I want. It's very simple, but that's besides the point, as you know. Just that they stopped following through. I completely get it. They are busy. They're probably backed up because of the rain that was happening. But I need to know a date. Like, if you cannot put me as a priority because you have big projects happening, I mean, I don't get it, but I get it. Can you tell me, like, Dahlia, you know, I'm shooting for 3 o'clock today, but I'm not sure, because he's trying to finish. Like, communicate with me, communicate, you know? It's just very, very frustrating. And she said to me, don't worry, we'll get it done. You know, we came this far, we're gonna make you happy. I'm like, you do know that I'm pretty unhappy right now. So the reality is, when and if you do the crown molding, I'm not gonna use you again. I'm not. I mean, they did a good job. They actually did a great job. The painter could have been better, let's be honest. I do have to touch up some areas he was doing, but the reality is, I'm not gonna use it again because when they get their money, they fail communication. It's really upsetting. And I should have really held back some of the money until the crown molding was done, you know? And so I should expect a call today from her, but I'm not sure if I want to wait till they call me or what. Like, I'm not one to chase somebody, but you're supposed to do something for me, so come over here and get it done, and so we can move forward. Like, I don't want to, I know it's a small project for them, but don't use that as an excuse as to why you've not come yet, you know, to do it. You know, tell me I'm the priority, but it's been 4 working days, 5 actually if you count today, that you've could have done it and you didn't. That's not a priority for me. And when she does call, if and when she does call, if there's any hesitation to coming today, which I'm sure there will be because it's almost done the day, then I'll be sure to tell her that. You know, and I thought about it, and in regards to you guys, I'm about to jump in to get the notepads, but I'll continue my conversation in a second. I thought about it to you guys and think to myself, you know how many times your customers have been frustrated with you, frustrated with me, and if you don't learn from it, and if you just huff and puff, which I know a lot of you guys do. Hell, I huff and puff, but I will tell you something for a fact. After I huff and puff, I think about how I can learn from it. I told my assistant today, actually, about a sizing thing that we do. We let people pick their invitation size, and, oh crap, is this guy gonna turn? Crap. I let them pick the invitation size, and we know some people get it confused. And I said to her, you know what? We could sit and make fun of the customers all day long. I said to her, but it's my job to make sure I make this listing easier to understand. I think it's fairly easy to understand, but something's obviously not right because 30% of the customers who buy it still make a mistake. So what am I doing wrong? And that's how I look at it. I'm not saying I always do something wrong if customers have an issue, but you know, we're here to make things user-friendly. We're here to make it easier for them. And the reality is if you don't, they may not use you again for repeat business. Hence me not using this company. You know, they took, you know, double-digit thousands from us for this patio. They completed the patio, yes, except the crown molding, and they did a decent job, but it's like, don't you want me as a repeat customer? I told you before, I need flooring eventually done, I need this eventually done, like I need a few things eventually done. I don't understand why you have not followed through yet, you know, or communicate, say, hey, I did not hear from, you know, the owner yet, give me a little bit more time, I'll get back to you. Like nothing. Spoke to her 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's 3 now, you know? I'm gonna jump in the notepad place really quick and then I'll continue my thoughts in just a moment. I just wanna make sure I get in and out on time. So I'll check with you guys in just a second. Hey guys, so I just got the notepad dropped off the mail. So I guess I'm just venting. I wanna make sure that you guys are taking the feedback from your customers, even no matter how the feedback comes to you, and really try your best to improve on it. And sometimes you don't even get it as feedback. I want you to think about yourself. If this happened with you, how would you want somebody to react? And you know what? Why don't we just talk about the basics of customer service? Nothing bad has to happen for you to improve yourself. How do you become top notch, you know? And this question is more important than ever now because there's competition everywhere, especially if you sell on Etsy and Amazon. There's competition everywhere. The reality is anybody can, I mean, not anyway, but anybody can make what I'm making and sell it, you know? So what makes me different? And then hopefully there's a few things, but one of them really should be the customer service because, you know, the headache that I'm getting, it's not that big of a headache, it could have been worse, I will tell you that, but the headache that I'm getting because of this, the lack of communication from this company is really, really upsetting. And I'm hoping that you guys understand you're not immune, okay, to failing, and you're not immune to, you know, whatever you want to call it, because of your lack of paying attention, your lack of communicating, your lack of fill in the blank, you know? Can somebody go, please? Jeez Louise. You know those 4-way stops on the stop sign? It's like, anyways, so I just want to make sure that you guys, you know, consider it and always push yourself to improve. A few books I recommended before, and there's quite a few, guys, but you know, you can probably read a lot of business books and somehow, some way it's in a hint to this, but one of them is The Blue Ocean Strategy. I'll link it down below. And another one is Hug Your Haters. That's a really good one to kind of improve on when customers give you reviews or feedback that you don't find so pleasant, if you will. But even besides that, I still want you working on things that are simple, like responding on time and following up. And you know what? It's like, it's important that you, when you ask somebody a question and they have to respond back to you, respond back to that customer again, say thank you for responding and following up, I'll print and ship your order this day. Like don't let them assume, don't let them wonder if you got that message or not. Like these simple things, you know, and I'm still trying to do a better job at it, but I can imagine people's frustrations when, especially when they message me back and they say, hey, did you get my message? They might not sound frustrated, but that should have been the first thing I should have done. You know, we're taking people's money. We should be the ones that are experts. Otherwise, somebody else in our field's gonna take that money from them, not you. And you can tell how frustrated I am because of this company I'm working with. Again, not one of the worst things that could happen. I've dealt with worse companies. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but it's something that made me think, like, I hope my members are taking care of their customers and taking care of the basic thing that they should be, communicating and you know, the basic promises you should be making as a business owner in your field, in your market. Sorry, just gotta make sure I'm paying attention to the road. I wanna know down below what you feel like you do a little extra, even if it sounds simple. I wanna know what you do extra because if you don't care about this customer service thing and have not improved over, I'm gonna throw you out and say a year. I'm gonna throw out a year, okay? A year's time. If you have not improved over a year's time, meaning this time last year, can you tell your customer service skills are different? And if not, I'm not happy with it. Or even packaging, or how things arrive, or how quickly somebody gets the order, or whatever it is. If you're not different from last year, I urge you to listen to me and do something about it. If you're listening to this right now and have interest in changing something and don't, or have no interest at all because you feel like what I'm talking about is bull crap, you know, then good luck to you. Because and I'm not just talking just to talk. I really want you to do something, and I really in my heart feel that this is going to be one of those game changers for you. And even if you respond, it's how you respond. I mean, there's a million things that add up to it. So I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be better than last year. I'm asking you to be better than last month. Okay, what could you commit to? I don't want to see any of my members or anybody that sells online, I mean, fail because of something like this. And guys, I know it's happening, so I'm talking about it over and over again, because I see in these Facebook groups that people are asking questions about what happened with a customer situation, whatever, and the responses that this usually the Etsy seller receives is ludicrous. I'm like, oh, so you want to go out of business and help others around you go out of business? Here's the sad part. They don't realize it. Okay, they didn't make a conscious decision to say, you know what, I'm gonna screw over my business. But that's what they're doing. And I implore you to believe me, okay, to trust me when I tell you, don't take the advice of sellers who are negative toward your customers. Sure, I have a good laugh once in a while toward customers who do certain things during checkout. I'm like, if you wanted this, why'd you pick this? You know? But mistakes happen. Customers are humans. Like, you're in a business to make money, you know, and you'll make money repeatedly on these products. They're not in the business of buying this product over and over again and losing money on it. They didn't mean to lose money on it if they bought something and they picked the wrong envelope color. I'm not saying you have to pay for the shipping or something like that. I'm just saying, what are you doing that is reasonable in your policy? And a lot of times I also see people posting something and they're like, this is what my policy says, but I feel guilty, you know, and I feel like they're gonna give me a bad review. If you feel like this policy is not a match for your customers, fix your freaking policy. If you're like, I can't afford to fix my policy because if I fix it even slightly, I could lose a lot of money. You know, there's something wrong with the business model then. I'm telling you, even if you last 5-8 years, I'll say 5, I mean, most people won't last that long, but even if you last that much, you won't pass that time when you start to realize, oh crap, there's a hole in my, there's a hole in my ship, and I'm not sure why, you know? Well, if you can't sustain repeat business, that's probably why, because you suck at it, because you suck at certain things. You know, again, I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect at everything. I know I could be better, and I'm trying to work on improving it. It's all about progress, right? It's not going from A to Z in one day. It's about progress. And I want you guys to do something to progress. It doesn't have to be a major change. Start going forward saying, you know what? Going forward, when a customer does respond back to me, when I actually ask them a question, I'll make sure I respond back to them so they know that I received it. These small things, they don't think to themselves, oh, Dalia was very communicative and informed me that I was in a ship, so I'm definitely gonna use her again. They don't think about that when they decide to use you again. They just have a good impression and a good feeling about your business when they wanna buy stationery again. So it's in the back of their minds. They're like, oh yes, I trust her, like I'm gonna go back to her. That's what happens. Or they remember your name. You know, I've worked on improving my packaging the last, I'm gonna say 6 months, but I'm doing something again very soon to improve it again. Why do I keep improving my freaking packaging? By the way, I'm being very cost effective when it comes to it. I'm not just throwing a whole bunch of money. You know, we could talk about profit margins another day, but you know, it's important that that you're always looking to improve, right? Before it's too late. Don't look to improve, you know, your customer service after 3 years of not doing crap. It might be a little too late by then. And maybe not too late, but it might feel too late to you. Like, oh, why sales dropped and I don't have repeat business, blah, 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 blah. Well, so you should have implemented this strategy a long time ago in regards to better customer service, etc. You know? I was inspired to talk to you guys, you know, about this because of the situation I'm dealing with. And I hope you get something out of it. Anything out of it. And I say this because, hell, would I wish all of you stopped selling online and I'm the only one that could sell in my type of market so I could make $1 million? Hell yeah. But what? No, why? I want to help others succeed. And anytime I do one of these rants, it's really important. Okay? A lot of times, have you ever did business and then 2 years later, if you've been in business that long, realize the stuff that you were doing when you first started seemed so juvenile, so amateur, and that you think to yourself, why did I ask those silly questions? Now I know much better because of experience, right? You have to be experienced. I'm very experienced in this type of business. Hell, I'm a coach to you guys, right? So I'm telling you, as your future self, care about this stuff, okay? Care about it so badly, okay? You never want your customers feeling the way I feel right now with this company. You don't want to. You're gonna lack referrals, you're gonna lack repeat business, you're gonna lack a lot of things. I'm telling you, you're gonna lack future business with new customers, because since you don't have those certain things in place, you ain't gonna close deals. And anyway, it's a whole mess of things. So I hope I inspired you to do something about it. Hope I put some fire behind you to do something about it. I want you to, before you take off this video, I want you to think about, okay, can you just don't forget committing. Just do one thing that's different. That'll make your customer service better. Okay? And feel it. And then maybe in 3 months from now, say, okay, do something else. And until it becomes a habit. Like my assistant now, when she first started, she would respond to customers, whatever. And it wasn't perfect, her lingo and stuff. And then I taught her things to say. I taught her always to respond back, I taught her this. And she's doing great at it, and that helped me, obviously. 'Cause I'm not running my business by myself, but, it's okay. We're progressing. We're learning. Now it's like she could do it in her sleep, And a lot of times I don't have to actually tell her what to say. I give her the gist of what I'm saying and I tell her, you know how to say it, right? And she's like, yep. And she does it perfectly now, It's not a hard thing to learn, obviously, but just know that you don't have to attack everything you're doing wrong in customer service or everything you could be doing better. You could attack a little bit at a time, I say this because I care. I care about your business. And for those of you who are listening that don't want to take this advice, not because you're making a choice not to, but you just put it in the back burner, you're like, yeah, that sounds motivating, I'll get to it. Don't do that. Don't do it, because you're gonna be the person that messages me a year from now, 6 months from now, with these issues that you're facing, and I'm like, didn't you listen to my video 6 months ago? Anyway, guys, all right. I'm done. I'm gonna wait for BCN to come out of school, and I hope you found this useful, and I will talk to you later. All right, bye.